Hi, everyone. My name is Geraldine Acuna Sunshine, and I am a proud supporter of the Resolution Project. For over a decade, the Resolution Project has worked to empower young leaders around the world to promote the public good through collaborative social entrepreneurship. Backed by Resolution funding, know-how, and mentorship, Resolution Fellows have worked on a diverse range of issues, such as gender inequality in Asia, to water, sanitation, and health in Latin America, caring for autistic children in the Middle East, to addressing food insecurity in both refugee camps as well as American cities during this time of COVID-19. Since its founding in 2007, Resolution has stewarded over 500 fellows through more than 300 ventures in 80 countries. These efforts, driven by the sheer energy, will, and vision of our fellows, have transformed millions of lives for the better. And all because our young leaders could not wait another moment to make a difference, to create impact, and help shape communities, not only in facing their most difficult challenges, but also lifting themselves up and courageously thrive. Today, on this virtual day of giving, we honor the 518 Resolution Fellows and young leaders whose work epitomize what it means to give freely of themselves so that others may have a fighting chance. Thank you, Resolution Fellows and young leaders, for being who you are and for doing what you do. You are an inspiration to us all. I am so proud to support you, and I invite others now to join me in supporting you on this day of giving. May we be inspired by your example and together strive to create a kinder, more just, and more peaceful world for all. Thank you.
Geraldine, thank you for that amazing and inspiring message. Hello, everyone. I'm Oliver Libby, one of the co-founders and chair of the board of the Resolution Project, and I'm distinctly honored and very pleased to welcome you to Giving Amplified, our very first ever digital day of giving. I'm particularly pleased to be able to welcome you to this day where we've lined up incredible content and people throughout the day because it is engaging our entire community. You know, the drawback with having fundraisers and events that are here in New York or in one city or another is that we can't engage the global community that really is the heart of Resolution. You may have known already, and you will hear many times today, that we are not only national across the US in 20 states and in New York City, of course, but also global around 80 countries. And this is the very first day that we've welcomed everyone together to hear about the work of Resolution Fellows, not just doing the things in the day-to-day that make them extraordinary leaders, but also how they're stepping up to address this incredibly challenging time that we're in with coronavirus. I am so excited to share with you the content and the lineup that we have with you, and I hope you stay with us all day to enjoy the incredible stories and the inspiring work of this community. This could not be done without each and every one of you. Of course, the Resolution Fellows, Fellows First. We are your first believers, and we will believe in you for the rest of your lives as you make impact, but also to the intrepid staff, to the unbelievable volunteers and supporters that we have. You are the beating heart of the organization, and together with our fellows, we are making a difference every day. It is my great pleasure now to introduce to you George Tsiadis, my dear friend, a co-founder of Resolution and our Chief Executive Officer. George, over to you.
Wow, what a way to start the day. Hello and welcome to the Resolution Project Giving Amplified. This is a day to celebrate giving, to celebrate young leaders, to celebrate their power to change the world and make it better. And it's a great opportunity for us to share their stories and the work that we're doing as an organization to meet this current crisis. My name is George Tsiadis. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Resolution Project, and I'm thrilled to be kicking off today with you. Giving Amplified has 3 capital letters at the front of Amplified, and that is for AMP, which stands for Adapt, Mobilize, and Pivot. Those are the things that we are seeing Resolution Fellows do as they are on the front lines of impact and the front lines of fighting the COVID pandemic. We see these fellows taking their ventures, the infrastructure they've developed for them, the distribution networks, the communication channels, the relationships and networks that they have built in driving impact across a diverse array of issues. And we see them adapting that venture. That we see them mobilizing the people that they've mobilized. We see them pivoting to shift their focus to the thing that needs the most attention, which is helping vulnerable communities work their ways through and navigate this terrible pandemic and crisis, which risks leaving them utterly devastated. These young leaders are making these communities more resilient, and they are driving positive change and helping these communities cope with and come out stronger from the current pandemic. I want to share a few stories. Christelle Quizera, one of our fellows who's based in Kigali, in Rwanda, she started a project called Water Access Rwanda, which brings clean water into the homes of hundreds of families and uses water distribution points to get clean water to tens of thousands more. She is doing incredible work in making water accessible, but in addition, she's identified 72 families in dire straits who require basic needs, food, and other similar supplies, and has made an effort and successfully gotten out supplies to them on a recurring basis and is aiming to expand this effort. Hannah Derunwala, who's based here in New York City, has a venture called Transformation that she started. Transformation moves food, leftover food from events and private kitchens to homeless shelters and soup kitchens around the city to make sure that food doesn't get wasted and that those folks don't have to go hungry. She has made tremendous efforts when the stay-at-home order was issued in New York City and essential businesses, all but essential businesses, were shut. She moved quickly to move 8,000 pounds of food that was otherwise going to waste from restaurants that were closing to soup kitchens and shelters, and has gone on to provide the logistics back end for delivering food from relief kitchens to those same shelters and soup kitchens to make sure that those vulnerable individuals are not being forgotten about and still have access to their basic needs. And Suman Kumar, one of our fellows based in Kathmandu, Nepal, started a project called School Relief, originally as his venture. School Relief, which also became known as Team Guyane, was building earthquake-resistant schools back after the earthquake struck in Nepal. He took his experience as an engineer in that regard and began to work with the National Innovation Center, where he was tapped to develop the country's ventilator program and also to work on the UV sterilization systems to help the country adapt and stand ready to face the COVID crisis as it makes its way into Nepal. So this is just a taste of what our fellows have been doing to adapt, mobilize, and pivot, and how they're amplifying their impact, and what it's going to mean to have your support today in Giving Amplified. Today is usually a day when we are gathering together in person. At this time each year, we have and host the Geraldine Acuna Sunshine Young Leaders Now Awards Dinner. You've seen just how inspiring and amazing Geraldine is. She began that way when she founded the Harvard World Model United Nations Conference, and she's gone on to do many more inspiring things as a social entrepreneur and as a leader. And so, of course, it's no wonder that we've gone to honor her by naming this event for her. But we also use the event as a great opportunity to celebrate others who are contributing to social impact and who are particularly doubling down on investments in young leaders. Last year, we had the opportunity to celebrate Zainab Salbi, who founded Women for Women International, and Ronan Dunn, who's the CEO of the Verizon Wireless, for their contributions to youth leadership and social entrepreneurship. Zainab was our Young Leaders Now Awards recipient, and Ronan was our Champion Circle honoree for the evening. And so I'd invite you to enjoy this recap of what was an extraordinary event and join me in celebrating them.
most talented generation ever is our young people. The social impact that our young people can make is significantly greater if they are supported earlier in their careers.
For any young entrepreneur to succeed, you need someone to believe in you, someone to give you resources, someone to mentor you, and that's what the Resolution Project does.
This is the intention of the Young Leaders Now Award, which we named the Geraldine Acuna Sunshine Young Leaders Now Award only a few years ago.
Tonight we are here to celebrate and honor two people who are making a huge difference in the world and inspiring us.
I believe in the possibilities of making a difference, and I believe in the possibilities of living our dreams.
An incredible honor and privilege for me to be here this evening in such august company. So to all the fellows, to all the One Young World ambassadors who are here this evening.
I'm a first-generation Canadian. I'm the first woman in my family to go to college. I'm not someone who had the connections or support or the know-how to get my idea out there and to start making a difference. Resolution did.
Resolution has helped me being a leader and helping me understand that I had the potential to build a project and organization.
The Resolution Project has afforded me with guides that have been my friends.
Each of us in this room has the opportunity to elevate others and help their voices carry louder and farther.
Resolution supported me by giving me two amazing guides, Lauren and Ashley. It's empowering and it's definitely a great feeling being a Resolution Fellow.
The world needs this to happen, but it will only happen if we take a different view.
The 6th annual Geraldine Acuna Sunshine Young Leaders Now Award dinner is the most successful evening we have ever had of this kind. We had an amazing night of inspiration with some of the most extraordinary stories, speakers, and awardees in the history of this event.
What an inspiring and special evening that was. Both the opportunity to award Ronan and Zainab for their contributions to the social sector and to young people's leadership, but also a great chance to hear from Apefa, one of our fellows who's doing incredible work with women and girls in the Toronto area in Canada. We also were able to raise $60,000 in the room that evening. People were so generous and so moved to contribute and support Resolution's mission. And so as we go through today's event, we'd be grateful for you to consider if there is a moment where you feel so moved to support the organization, and we'll talk about that a bit more. But what I'd like to do is share with you some videos that have come through over the past few weeks. As we've reached out to our past honorees for the Young Leaders Now Awards dinner, we have been thrilled and honored to see that they've been sharing videos explaining why, for them, the Resolution Project and young leaders in particular are so deserving of support and why they've committed so much of their work to that. Enjoy.
Congratulations and thanks to the Resolution Project. I'm honored to participate. So why are young leaders needed, particularly in a world of crisis? It's a great question. It's also sort of obvious to me because young people approach the world with fresh eyes, beginner's mind. They're not bogged down by what won't work. The experts who too often see the world through the lens of their own certainty. As young people, you see potential where too many others might see despair. I so remember in my own life asking the questions, why not? And what you find, and I'm sure some of you go through this, is that often the holders of the status quo will call you naive or idealistic or help you understand what you don't understand. Those are exactly the times to ask more questions. Try, fail, just start. Let the work teach you what you have to do. In this time of crisis, we would be fools to think that we had gotten things right. It has so exposed the cracks and the gaping wounds of our system. Think of each of those problems as opportunities that need to be solved. We need both generations. We need the wisdom of those who hold ancient practices and have renewed them throughout their lifetime. And it is for the next generation, the young leaders, to use the tools, the technologies, the skills at your disposal, which are so much deeper and more vast than those of my generation, and renew the world for a future in which all of us can have dignity, in which all of us can prosper. I wish you good luck.
To all of the young leaders who are involved in the Resolution Project, just to encourage you to take the opportunity of the current crisis to be even more impactful than you already are. I passionately believe that what the world needs is to match talent to opportunity. Now, we know that talent is evenly distributed around the world, but sadly opportunity is not. And what young leaders can do is help to match that talent to opportunity in a way that you can be part of the resolution that we need from this global crisis, and you can help to contribute to a better world post-COVID-19. Congratulations to all of you, and keep up your great work.
Hey everybody, my name is Monica and I am coming to you live from my backyard here in Washington, D.C. where, let me grab the camera here. I have got a bun in the oven, currently 9 months pregnant, and happy to be responding to a question from my friends over at Resolution, who asked, why is it so important for young people to really rise up and lead in times of crisis? And of course for me, I've got my baby on my mind all the time right now. So the first thing that comes to mind is just because we really need you. You know, this country was not built on the backs of fancy Wall Street executives or smooth talking politicians. It was built by young people, by young, empathetic, creative, tech savvy entrepreneurs who really rose up and responded to needs and came up with really novel innovations. And so when I think about the world into which my daughter will be born, I think of how much we really need you and how much we need young people to maybe look at this as a calling. You know, this pandemic has unfortunately exacerbated so many problems in our society, and folks who were already getting the short end of the stick are really suffering the most. And so we need you more than ever. We need your ideas, and we need you to step up and lead. And, you know, if not now, then when? And if not you, then who? So that's my perspective, and thanks so much for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Zainab Salbi, and this is my message for all the young leaders as part of the Resolution Project. First thing I want to say is that the world we live in is a product of our imagination. So might as well reclaim our imagination. You know, we are living in a moment of crisis at the time, as you know. And crisis, I also came to learn, that provides opportunities. The opportunities to create new innovations, the opportunities to show the new us, the new way of living. So here's my thing. If we all don't live our truth, no matter what our truth is now, then when? If we hesitate to show our full potentials, all our dreams, all our ambitions, and all our complexities of our realities and our personal truth, then what are we waiting for? This is the moment. We are each to show up. We are each to find our wings and fly. And you know, I come to learn, you will fall, we all fall. It doesn't matter. The falling doesn't matter. As long as you have your wings, as long as you know how to fly, you will fly over and over and over again, no matter how many times you may fall. So go, live it, and produce to the world, and show rather the world your imagination of what we can all be and what we can all do in this moment of history. Good luck to you.
Hi there, I'm Rita Roy. I'm the President and CEO of the MasterCard Foundation. I am also a past honoree recipient of the Geraldine Acuna Sunshine Young Leaders Now Award. And I'm so pleased to participate in Resolution Project's Global Day of Giving. Why is it important to give? And why is it important, especially for young people, young leaders, to give? Here are some of my thoughts. We are living in extraordinary times, and these times call for all of us coming together. And as young people, you are filled with ideas, imagination, innovation, and most importantly, many of you are already taking action. Action which in ordinary times are how we would behave. Being kind to each other, supporting each other, words of comfort, calling someone who is alone, who's in isolation. Then ways we can connect through technology. Many of you are inventing new ways of mobilizing volunteers who deliver food and leave food at the door of people who may not be able to leave their homes. Service, kindness, in a time of great uncertainty only elevates the humanity in all of us, and it brings us together. It provides not only hope, but it creates that most powerful of all fabrics, resilience. So I thank you. I thank you for your service. I thank you for continuing. I thank you for being optimistic. We've created the MasterCard Foundation COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program so that we too will be responding and we too will be taking action in solidarity with all of you. Thank you.
What's up, Resolution Fellows? I'm so sorry your annual gathering got canceled this year, but as you all know, it's just the state of the world. I got my quarantine beard going, so you know, supporting from that quarantine type office, i.e. the bedroom. Nothing too fancy there. This is your opportunity to shine. I mean, now is your moment. A few years ago, I watched a video that one of my friends put together where he asked both kids and adults, if you could change one thing about your body, what would it be? And all of the adults came back and said things like, I want smaller ears, I want a bigger forehead, I want bigger eyes, I want to be taller, I want to be skinnier, all of these like physical things about their bodies. And then he asked the kids the same question, and these kids aged like 5 to 18, I think, came back and said things like, I want shark jaws. You know, I want cheetah legs. I want a mermaid tail. And in that moment, I started to realize that, you know, when we get older and we become adults, we start to only think about what's really, really possible and absolutely like off the table. No one can contradict or argue against being real. But in the process, we lose that sense of imagination, the imagination that's necessary to actually build and create a better tomorrow. So yeah, maybe you can't invent a mermaid tail for someone, but you might be able to create something that allows someone to move through the water like a mermaid. Yeah, you can't give someone shark jaws, but you might be able to create something that gets added onto teeth that gives them a stronger bite. And yeah, you might not be able to give someone cheetah legs, but there might be something that you could invent that makes people run faster. So this is our opportunity. This is your opportunity now to continue to use that idealism and use that imagination to chart a better world for our entire society tomorrow. So best of luck with everything. Sending you guys blessings. Stay strong. Continue to be hopeful. We're going to get through this together.
It's so inspiring to hear from such an amazing group of people and to hear why they support young leaders and why they've been so kind to the Resolution Project. Today, for all of those reasons and more, we are aiming to raise $60,000. That is the same amount of money we were able to raise in the room at the Young Leaders Now Awards dinner last spring. And So as we look at today, we're hopeful that you will consider supporting us. In helping us in that effort, an anonymous donor has offered a $60,000 match just for today. For all gifts that come in today, up to $60,000, they will be matched dollar for dollar and go on to support Resolution's mission. So we would encourage you to please consider how you can support the Resolution Project and its young leaders today so that we can help reach that goal and continue to power this organization and its work forward into and through this COVID crisis. Over the course of the day, we have a number of events coming up, a number of little featurettes, a number of opportunities for you to engage. We'll have our Breakfast with Fellows that will be shared out. We'll also have a raffle going on over the course of the day. You can buy tickets below, or if you become a monthly donor, you will automatically be entered into the raffle. We'll have a quiz that'll be a fun opportunity to see how much you know about the Resolution Project. And we will, of course, also have a live performance, which will be just a great opportunity, a great event to celebrate the day and to share with you. At this point, I want to pass the metaphorical mic over to several of our fellows. It's been great to share with you how inspiring they are, but you can only truly understand it from hearing it from them and from experiencing their incredible leadership. And so we've got a few fellows who are amping their impact, who are amplifying their impact, and have been adapting, mobilizing, and pivoting to serve the communities they work with. Enjoy.
What we actually did to help out with the COVID response was we actually kind of pivoted, I would say, our technology, if you will, to be able to match student volunteers who, because we're now all out of school, a lot of them have volunteered and stepped up to help frontline physicians and healthcare workers do things like childcare, get groceries, pet care, things like that, and also to help out with some of the bigger pieces like public health, contact tracing, which is very important for pandemics like this in Vancouver and in British Columbia. And so it's been an interesting process and a very fruitful one. We've been able to develop a mobilization toolkit, which we've linked now with medical students and healthcare students, so nursing, dentistry, pharmacy, from across Canada, and also some contacts in the States and in Australia as well now. So,
and we start to run this community group chat, and the result for this activity is we will reward each of the participants a basket of agri products, which are overstocked products from the farms. And because due to COVID, there's a lot of road closures, and in the urban area, there's some people, they don't have enough access for fresh food, and for farmers, they may not sell their food, so there's a lot of overstocked products. So we kind of like contribute a little bit to kind of alleviate this problem.
You know, for me, it's a bit different. I'm not working in my community. I'm working in a community I kind of got randomly introduced to, that, you know, we started something together, and I joined in because I had the resources, I had the connections, and it just kind of, you know, it seemed unfair for me to have these resources and to not share them. But honestly, getting involved in our project wasn't really something that we planned as a project. It just, you know, was us reacting to a problem and then realizing later on, okay, maybe we should set this up as a proper venture, which I think a lot of Resolution Fellows can relate to, right? Is you see a need and you respond to it, kind of almost improvising, and then later you realize, oh, okay, actually, look what I've gotten myself into, and then hopefully you stick to it. But in terms of the COVID response, I think for me, what definitely impacted that. So I do my venture as kind of my baby, but then I work full-time in humanitarian responses in the region. So kind of having, you know, that layer of, we have to prepare as a sector, we have to prepare with all these measures within Kenya, within Somalia, really was helpful for me to realize, okay, we as a venture also have to adapt, and we have to ensure our business can continue, but also maybe it shouldn't continue in the way that we planned, and maybe that's okay. And so really reacting before things got bad here. And I think we're still very much on the beginning of the curve, sadly, and hopefully you'll be able to flatten it. But yeah, having that network really, and I think having that network of resolution fellows as well, where you see other people reacting in different places, that makes you rethink your own approach and try to respond to the situation accordingly.
After looking at what's happening across the world and the vulnerable, group or age bracket, I just realized that as the young people, we have so much to do. It's now our responsibility to come up with innovative ways to see how we can protect our community and make sure that even young people play a role in this.
Be in the front lines. I think it can mean whatever your capacity is, and recognizing your own capacity and your own limits, because you can start something and then you can get overwhelmed, and then you can push through and then you'll burn out, and that's no solution at all. And I think it's just about time now that we recognize, we all lead in different ways, and my way of leading, can help me support a community here, but then that means maybe that I'll have to reach out for that support elsewhere. And I think trying to recognize those limits and recognize those limits in others is the most important thing we can do at this time when everyone is struggling, and recognizing that struggle as a collective one, and recognizing that struggle as something that's still not equal, without having to call each other out on, things are worse here or things are worse there. No, we're all, living with this, we're all facing it. And I think everyone is doing what they can. And pushing yourself to do that, but also recognizing when you can't. I think both of this for me are things that a leader has to do. And I think that's most important now for us to be both a resource, but also look for resources, because there's absolutely no way you can manage this. Even as, the head of the biggest movement dealing with this, there's no way you can manage this without, reaching out to others. So that would be my take.
I've got to tell you, I'm always blown away when I hear what our fellows are doing. These stories are straight from the heart and straight from the field, and it's just so inspiring to see these young people taking control of a crisis and pushing forward, knowing that it's their community that's counting on them for their support right now, and their leadership. And that is what has been driving us as an organization. When you think about it, these young people come together to essentially form a culturally attuned rapid response network that's able to respond at this really, really local level. And so our work continues to be at Resolution Project as important as ever. And so we too have been amping. We've been adapting, mobilizing, and pivoting to make sure that we're able to identify new social entrepreneurs and support those who are already in our network and in our program. So we've been able to continue our core program. In fact, as Oliver mentioned earlier, it's quite resilient. And so our ability to onboard fellows has continued, and we've brought on new fellows in the time since the COVID pandemic struck. We've also been able to support them, getting them the resources they need, the introductions to experts, the resources, the financial resources, the opportunities to help them press on and move forward. And we've also seen our hubs in Kigali and Nairobi move online. They've shifted from in-person sessions to WhatsApp groups and have been continuing to activate entrepreneurial ecosystem and put their effort into rebuilding a better tomorrow as a group. And so it's been really energizing to see how we've been able to adapt those portions of our program to continue operating despite the many, many disruptions that this poses. We've also been working hard to accelerate support to vulnerable communities and to vulnerable fellows. We've had a series of partnerships in which we've been able to get extra opportunities to fellows for their modified ventures, and that has been just a tremendous way to continue to present present them with a set of resources that allows them to advance their work rapidly and to respond in a way that addresses the real-time situation on the ground. Unfortunately, we've also had fellows who have fallen on quite hard times, given what's going on. And in those situations, we have been able to provide them relief. We put together a fellow emergency relief fund and have been able to deploy resources to them around the world and continue to be mindful of what their needs are, their basic needs are, so that we can help them through this difficult time so that they can come out on the other end as the leaders they are and with the strength to move forward with their social enterprises and their leadership. We've also extended increased flexibility to our fellows in their use of funds. This is following the Council on Foundations guidance and in accordance with many other foundations out there who are doing work in a similar space. We've shifted our focus from being about sort of checking the reporting box and delivering a spreadsheet and focused more on what we can learn and how we can support in this time. So we've moved more from sort of quantitative metrics to opportunities to connect and have conversations, which our fellows have found to be increasingly helpful and supportive when the real-time situation is changing so rapidly. And then finally, I'm really excited to share that we will continue identifying brand new fellows by running social venture challenges. Normally something that we'd done in person for the entirety of our existence as an organization, Resolution is running 3 virtual social venture challenges this summer. One on June 6th, in which we'll be inviting back a number of finalists from all of our competitions this past year that were not awarded fellowships. We'll be inviting them back for a second chance, a second opportunity to earn that fellowship. On June 26th and 27th, we'll be bringing back our canceled competition from the World Model United Nations Conference, which was scheduled in Tokyo in March. This will be taking place on June 26th and 27th. And finally, we're partnering once again with the MasterCard Foundation's Baobab Summit, which has gone virtual this year. And so August 21st to 23rd, we will be hearing from those competitors and identifying new young leaders, new social entrepreneurs to support as Resolution Fellows through these. The great thing about going to virtual is that we'll be able to engage more people, invite more people to judge, and also invite more people to view and observe and see the incredible young people that are coming forward and stepping up to fight this crisis and many other issues facing their communities around the world. And so with that, there is nothing quite like working with a young person from the very beginning of their journey and getting to know them at that earliest stage of their competition. And so some of these competitors have already sent in some videos about what they're working on. I'd invite you to watch and enjoy.
Girls Who Create girls who innovate, and girls who just had their spark taken away. We're just girls who had a big dream and somehow turned it into reality. With collaboration and some imagination, the heart of mentorship, the spark of empowerment, the community who helps with the resources, because every girl has a dream and we just want to help make it their reality. If you were ever curious about science, we are here for you. If you ever needed help building your creation, we're here for you. And if you just don't know where to start, we just want you to dream as big as you can, because we are a girl's dream located in Detroit, Michigan, who want to help any girl between the age of 12 and 18 with their dreams within science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Just imagine if you can come to a place where you have mentors, resources, and a community who helps make your dreams into a reality. My name is Brianna Bryant, artist, creator, and future engineer. Someone who will want in your shoes, and with the help of my partners in crime, Miriam and Yvette, we want to help you.
Hello. Did you know that hidden hunger, a lack of essential micronutrients in the diet, contributes to poor childhood development and economic growth? In Zimbabwe alone, 27% of the children below the age of 5 suffer from chronic malnutrition.
In Ghana, every year, 55,000 children die before the age of 5 due to malnutrition.
Hunger is a silent killer, since most people are not even aware that they have it. Our mission is to solve these challenges through our company, Bare Foods, a social enterprise that adds value to biofortified orange-fleshed sweet potatoes, to produce juice, smoothies, puree, porridge, and other natural, fresh, and nutritious food products packed with vitamin A and other essential nutrients, while providing nutrition education through intensive awareness campaigns. Our main customers are educational institutions, mainly through school feeding programs, bakery chains, and medical centers, with a market opportunity of satisfying over 500,000 customers. We have a competitive advantage because our products are enriched with provitamin A, gluten-free, locally sourced, and traditionally consumed. We offer affordable nutritious foods, create decent employment, and offer a fair and stable market for smallholder farmers, while helping to reduce post-harvest losses.
I always get so excited when I see these ideas and these young leaders who are just starting to wrestle with these issues. For many of them, they thought about them for so long, and this is just an opportunity to crystallize it. For others, it's one of those eureka moments, and going on that journey with them is so astonishing. So I'd invite you to join us at one of the upcoming Social Venture Challenge competitions, just to see how their journey progresses and to follow their path on their quest to become social entrepreneurs. You know, the Resolution Project obviously is an organization that's so incredibly close to my heart, and there are so many pieces of it that are inspiring and exciting to me, and that motivate me to continue doing the work that I'm fortunate enough to be able to do. But I want to share that before I was a part of the team as the CEO, I was a volunteer for many years, and the thing that always connected me to this organization was the incredible community, the team, the people, the individuals. It's an immense network of motivated people who are driven to drive impact and who are committed to the idea that young people are the solution. Young people are the answer to building a better society. And so for me, the people that I work with day in and day out, professionals, volunteers, fellows, they are the driving force for what keeps me going and what sustains me in my work here. And so I know I'm not unique in that feeling, and I know others have the reasons that drive them. And so I'd ask you to enjoy the next set of videos from some of our team, both staff and volunteers, about what excites them about Resolution and why they love it so much.
Hi, my name is Toby Garcia. I'm a program associate with the Resolution Project, where I primarily produce our social venture challenges all around the world. I love working with the Resolution Project because I get to work so closely with our fellow community. I am in the unique position of seeing our fellows grow from submitting their idea as an application all the way up until the day they're paired with their guides and their venture is in a place ready to launch. It's really unique to see the process by which all of our amazing fellows tackle the social issues that they're confronted with, and also how our wider Resolution community rises to support those fellows. It's a really unique organization that has the ability to impact so many young people. I'm also really grateful to be working with the Resolution Project team. We're small, but we're mighty. And the Resolution Project creates an environment for the team to be successful. And then that is definitely seen and felt in the success that our fellows bring. Working for the Resolution Project is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm happy to have it.
Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Horn and I'm the Chief of Staff here at the Resolution Project. I've been with the organization over 7 years and I'm our second longest serving employee. And what I like most about working at Resolution is getting to work every day with such a talented and dedicated staff. The staff at Resolution is a small and mighty group, and they have been adapting, mobilizing, and pivoting over the last few weeks, and always. But really doing incredible work to do everything we can at Resolution to support the fellows working all over the world. I feel really lucky to get to work with them every single day. They're so fun and so important to this organization, and they're just my favorite part of being an employee here. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, the Resolution Project mission, vision, its impact, and its commitment to create a pipeline of young leaders who are committed to bring change in their communities across the continents has really inspired me. And this inspirations came from while I was working with the Resolution Project back in 2018 and 2019. Every team member that I work with, every fellow that I interacted with, their commitment, their passion, their vision and their impact inspired me to be a part of this community for the rest of my life and help the organization expand its impact. So when I returned, I onboarded as a Resolution guide, and I'm very fortunate that I've been working as a Resolution guide, helping the fellows thrive, learn, grow their ventures, and working together with the Resolution to scale up the organization impact.
Hello, my name is Mariella and I am the Operations Coordinator at the Resolution Project. One of the things that I love most about working at the Resolution Project is how inspired the work of our fellows is and how that in turn fuels our inspiration and dedication as staff to continue to support the fellows as best as we can. Every time I hear about our fellows' achievements and strides that they are making, it validates the work I do. To see the impact that the fellows have internationally is incredible. And that is true now during this pandemic more than ever. It makes me proud and energizes the work that I do.
I love the opportunity to volunteer for the Resolution Project because it's a chance to give back to the organization that helped me get started on my own entrepreneurial journey back in 2014 with Be the Change. And now I have the chance to volunteer for the Resolution Project as a guide for another team, APISmart, which is using beekeeping for economic opportunities in rural Ghana. And it's an incredible privilege to get to work with my fellows that I'm helping co-guide, Rainsford and Eli, and to get to not just learn about beekeeping in Ghana and about their own passions and experiences, but also get to share the experience that I've had and the opportunities. I love that Resolution has opened so many doors for me in my experience, from helping me get started with Be the Change to becoming a Venture for America Fellow, and so many other doors. And I really am thankful that I get to now volunteer and share those opportunities with my fellows that I get to guide, and share my experience and pass on the incredible opportunities I've had in my time as a fellow through the Resolution Project.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Simon, and I have been involved with Resolution since 2012 in a variety of different capacities. There are so many reasons why I love volunteering for Resolution, but I would have to say that my most rewarding role with Resolution has been working as a guide to such brilliant and motivated young leaders around the world. I volunteer for Resolution to support students who are driven to make positive changes in their community in a way that I could not have imagined at their age. The impact of activating potential young leaders through social entrepreneurship is inspiring to me, and I'm continuously humbled by the work our fellows are doing. I appreciate the opportunity Resolution has afforded me to gain a better understanding of various global issues and how the future leaders of tomorrow are working to come up with solutions. I love being able to witness the personal and professional growth of Resolution's fellows and the evolution of their ventures. I've also loved being a member of Resolution's community and getting to know other committed, like-minded young professionals. It's a phenomenal network of people, many of whom have become close friends. I feel constantly inspired by my experience volunteering with Resolution and strongly encourage you to consider getting involved. Please support us on our Giving Amplified campaign. Every little bit helps.
Hi there, my name is Kem, and I am a co-guide for the Girls Alive Uganda project. I am happy to be volunteering with the Resolution Project because I am happy to be supporting a mission that only brings positivity and productivity into our world. I love meeting and working with inspired youth that are talented and are really passionate about sustainable world change and making a difference in their communities that will extend to the larger community of the world. I also love being part of something bigger than myself that really shows me how interconnected the world is and how important it is to have a community of positive and like-minded individuals around you. I love working with the Resolution Project because of how committed the team is to supporting individuals, including the volunteers that extend to the fellows themselves, and everything kind of comes full circle. And I'm really happy to be part of that exchange.
Hi, Resolution family. I am Pumla Maswanganye, a development and innovation strategist based in Johannesburg, South Africa. I volunteer with the Resolution Project as a guide, and the reason I do so is because I've personally witnessed the impact that Resolution has had in and through my life since 2016 when I joined this family as a fellow. It is my greatest joy to volunteer in this capacity to not only pass along some of the lessons and support that I have received as a fellow, but to also be a part of something bigger than myself as a supporter of another fellow's work and impact. So having met the fellow that I am currently working with last year in Kenya and being in his community while witnessing the work he's been able to do has been an incredible privilege. It has been even more rewarding to see what he's been able to accomplish since the beginning of his journey with Resolution. And this is really what fuels my passion for this role as a guide.
So what I like most about working at the Resolution Project is the wonderful community that I get to interact with every single day. I really enjoy working with my staff members who are very talented and dedicated to our mission. I love recruiting awesome volunteers from all over the world to help support our fellows and our mission. And then most importantly, I really love conversing with our fellows. They really inspire me every day to do the work that I do and help them really give back to communities in need. So thank you so much for all that you do and continuing to inspire me every day.
I told you Resolution is about the people. It's no wonder that with such astonishing team members, our staff and our volunteers, that so much has been possible. And in fact, with a group like this, anything is possible. As we're getting to the close of our live stream, I just want to share with you a couple of performances. We've got a special guest performer, but before we get to them, we had an incredible partnership with one Wyclef Jean this past year at our gala in the fall. And so I'm thrilled to share with you a conversation he had with one of our fellows and his incredible performance.
10th annual result gala for the Resolution Project. What's up, y'all? Now, if I look familiar, I am Uncle Wyclef Jean. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm that kid, Young Thug, be talking about Wyclef Jean. And of course, I'm joined by my brother. Please let them know your name.
Jean-Paul Laurent from the Unspoken Smiles Foundation.
That's right. And if y'all wondering why I got good teeth, man, this the man right here. But you know, speaking of what the project does, though, what excites me is the real support, the on-time support. So someone like you, for example, without Resolution, actually being behind you, and in the position that you in now, this is literally like a dream come true, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the Resolution Project really helped me grow, not both personally and professionally as well, because they were the very first organization to support me. I didn't know what I was doing, but the structure they put in place for me to really get to launch the project and make it from just an idea into a fruition, that was like really like something that I needed, and that really helped me get there.
Okay, what excites me really about that is the support for the future, the youth. As we move forwards, it's like, you know, it's gonna be like 10,000 youths, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then for me, that's what excites me. Resolution is in over 76 countries.
That's
right.
correct.
That's amazing. So let me tell you, I look forward. I'm very excited as Wyclef Jean to be part of the Resolution Project. I feel that I'm an adopted member, FYI, just so y'all know.
Great.
And I look forward to coming to playing some amazing music for you. So I have one rule if everybody's coming to see Wyclef. It's the Carnival Man, so you will need 2 outfits with you that night. This is not going to be a regular gala. So bring one outfit, but please bring something else for you to change into, because the first 20 minutes, Haiti's hot, baby. We hot, we hot, we hot. So I look forward to seeing you, and hopefully you'll get on stage with me, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right,
We'll sing that song.
All right, I'm bringing you on stage, and you could do the Shakira part.
Shakira, Shakira.
All right. You already know. Congratulations,
Thank
brother.
you so much.
And we'll see y'all.
We're here tonight to celebrate the 10th annual Resolve Gala, which really is a celebration of our community of fellows around the world creating impact.
When you are starting something new, it is possible to find support, but it is very hard to find the first support. It is very hard to find the first dollar, the first mentor, the first believer who lets you take steps into impact. That is what we do here at the Resolution Project.
I support Resolution because my entire life, this is always what I've been about. Coming from Haiti at a very young age, people believing in me, investing in me, giving me a chance. It's important to give back.
Resolution gave me the confidence, courage, and tools that I needed to take the first step.
Resolution Project for me is a family that supports me.
I think anything that we can do to support young people in that regard is very important.
Hi everyone, it's Oliver Libby again. I hope you're having as much fun and are as inspired as I am by what we've seen so far today and what is yet to come. This next thing that I'm about to introduce is super meaningful to me, especially because I love to perform as well. Some of you might have been exposed to my beatboxing and other various antics at our events, but I am but a rank amateur compared to these amazing people that are joining us next. Let me share with you the names and productions they come from, but before I do that, these four performers hail from Broadway here in New York, and Broadway is one of those things that has been shut down as a result of the coronavirus. And I think we can all agree that the world is just a little bit less full of light and music and laughter because these productions have been shut down to date. But we are unbelievably fortunate and very blessed to have these four performers with us today. So without further ado, please welcome Erica Sweeney of the cast of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Jared Bradshaw and Lindsay Northern of Jersey Boys and Wicked, and Jason Vesey of The Lion King, all iconic performers from iconic productions. Please join me in welcoming them and thanking them so much for sharing their talents with us today at Giving Amplified, our Day of Giving.
Hey guys, my name is Erica Sweeney. Thank you so much for giving today. I hope this song brings you a little comfort while sheltering in place. Home is where I wanna be. Pick me up and turn me round. I feel numb, born with a weak heart. I guess I must be having fun. The less we say about it, the better. Make it up as we go along. Feet on the ground, head in the sky. It's okay, I know nothing's wrong, nothing. I got plenty of time. You got light in your eyes, and you're standing here beside me. I love the passing of time, never for money, always for love. Cover up and say goodnight, say goodnight. Home is where I wanna be, but I guess I'm already there. I come home, she lifted up her wings. I guess that this must be the place. I can't tell one from another. Did I find you or you find me? There was a time before we were born. If someone asks, this is where I'll be, where I'll be. I will be drifting out. I will singing to my mouth. And out of all these kinds of people, you got a face with a view. Same space for a minute or two, and you'll love me till my heart stops. Love me till I'm dead. Eyes that light up, eyes that through you. Cover up the blank spots, hit me on the head.
Hi, I'm Jared Bradshaw.
And I'm Lindsay Northern. I want to thank you so much for considering donating to and spreading the word about Giving Amplified and the Resolution Project.
What a wonderful world it is you're contributing to.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, I watch them grow.
They'll learn so much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, we'll watch them grow.
They'll learn so much more than we'll ever know.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hi everyone, it's Oliver Libby again, and I want to thank you so much for having joined us for Giving Amplified, our very first virtual day of giving. It's a challenging time for philanthropy today, and organizations like ours are no exception. In fact, all the Resolution Fellows around the world and all of our partner organizations have reported just how tough it is to get the resources necessary today to make a difference. And yet it has never been more important to support these organizations and these people, and that is what today has been all about. I am deeply grateful to each one of you, to all of our staff, volunteers, sponsors, supporters, to the Resolution Fellows, and all the talented and wonderful people that we featured today. Without you, Resolution Project, our fellows, their organizations, and our peers would not be able to continue the good work that they are doing around the world. I want to pause for a moment and acknowledge the hard work of the staff and of everyone who was involved in putting today together. It isn't easy to figure out a whole new format, but we have succeeded in doing that and sharing all this content and learning with you to bring you in as a global community into the work and the important things that Resolution and our fellows are doing today. So with that said, and also deep gratitude from me, I want to share with you one last word. Resolution was started 11 years ago, hard to believe, with the mission to seek out and find young leaders and train them to take action today and empower them to do so with the resources necessary. That is important in the best of times, but these are not the best of times. And so it is even more important and crucial that we have leaders all around the world in place, trained and resourced to make a difference. That is exactly what all of you have made possible today. Resolution Project, with your help, is continuing to help ensure that young people around the world hear the call, know that they can take action, step up into their communities, and make a difference. And that is the light and the thing that gives us hope in the most challenging times. I am grateful to all of you and to all of our fellows for the work that you are doing, because this is a time in history where we need action, we need hope, and we need leadership. Leadership around the corner, all the way up to nations and international organizations. And that is exactly what Resolution Fellows do.
And that just about wraps up the live portion of Giving Amplified. Thank you so much for joining us today. As I mentioned earlier, today is a day of celebration. It's a day of impact, and it is a day of giving. And just as a reminder, for For every gift made today, up to $60,000, those gifts will be matched 1-for-1 by an anonymous donor. So please, if you're moved by what you saw today, if you're excited by the future with young leaders at the helm, if you feel motivated to get up and create impact, we would ask you to consider what sort of support you can offer to Resolution today. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
On behalf of the Resolution Project,
Thank you.
Thank you.
well, if we don't like the audio this time, we can always overlay the audio from last time to the video this time. So just be really excited.
Great.
And Sam, you're still on mute, so but we can do this. We can do this, team. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's try this one more time. We can do this. We have figured out how to get young entrepreneurs started all over the world.
Do people see a little recording cloud up on the top? I do. Okay. Great.
All right. This is like the devastating jump picture at like a wedding.
Whoa, careful.
It's gonna make the outtakes.
Great. This went well. We'll go ahead and stop.